What the fuck do you mean you hate minorities, dude? What the fuck?
Bro,
Yo.
Mijo, tisk tisk. We told you not
Brother,
to
what
talk
the
about
hell?
that before recordings.
Yeah, don't bring that stuff into recording, man. I know you like right wing and all, but like.
Brother.
So,
Final Fantasy
hello.
fans are right wing because Sephiroth only has a right wing.
I'm gonna smack both of you, bro.
I think.
Okay. So, hello to all the audience. We're here with yet another recording. Whenever we do these, it's kind of like a cold cut. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just like, boy, why do you hate minorities? Much to think about.
Yeah,
So
it's been a bit.
It's been a while because of certain circumstances that were out of our control, and a certain member forgetting to eat balls. Very, very, very
I'm gonna
sad.
kill you. I'm gonna kill you.
And so, with that, let's change it up a little bit. VHD question of the week. We've been a little bit late, so hope you guys been well.
I think we should have like 3 questions this time to make up for it.
True. Yeah. So one question from each of us. Bowie, what is your question?
VHD question of the week, number 1. That was a reference to Gozuger, the currently airing Sentai show. If you could be any universe warrior, what would you be? I did not think about what I would be ahead of time.
Yeah. Bowie, read the script. Read the script. Fuck.
Go to the next line. Go to the next line.
If it wasn't 1:20 in the morning, I would be breaking things. I want my dear audience to know that.
Would. Okay. I would be universe King Oger if it wasn't already taken, because I love Beatles. This is out of character. This is out of character.
The bit is actually dragging on for too long. Mijo, you go.
Question number 2. Let's see. Will Dente go to the dentist next week in Gav?
Dude, I actually gotta come up with a script for you guys at this point. Jesus fuck.
Brother, it's a good question because like he's losing his teeth, so he has to go to a dentist in order to get checked up.
Bro.
You know, I mean, yeah, and like, if he rips them out and he's not letting them heal, like he's gonna get gum disease, so he has to go to the doctor.
You mean an infection? Okay.
Yes,
Anyways,
gum infection leads to gum disease, bro.
Do they actually call that gum disease? That doesn't sound real.
I mean, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I think there's an actual name for it, but I only know it as gum disease.
Gum disease. Okay, periodontal disease does sound a lot more realistic. Nobody's calling that shit gum disease, bro. Okay. Question 3 from yours truly. I don't know what type of cereal do you guys fuck with. I've been getting into these like wheat pop. No, wheat pops. I think I don't know, something like that. They're pretty fire. With like some honey glaze and everything. Pretty chill, pretty good.
Going back to my question, I thought of this on my own. I'd be universe Akiba Red. Anyways, continue, Kai.
Okay. Yes. And that's it. Okay. I think note to self: do not drag on beats for this long. Okay. So.
Nothing's gonna change.
Before we continue, I want to answer Bowie's second question. I'll be Geki Universe Red. Well, that's not happening.
Bowie's question was the first one.
Oh wait, question number 2. My bad. I got lost in the sauce.
Yeah.
So Gav.
I would probably be bitch. Can I not answer? See, this is what we meant by Bowie hates minorities. Really horrible. As a minority myself, I would like to be Balkan Red. That would be fun. He's chill. And so
All right, you
okay,
guys just decided the thumbnail for this episode.
What is it gonna be? I'm scared.
You'll find out.
Okay, we'll talk about it after recording. I want to shake things up a little this week, and so I will be asking, how you guys week been? Almost like how have we been ever since we last recorded?
I
Bowie
mean, I've been
graduated.
good.
Mijo's sucking on balls. I'm looking for a
Brother, I'm
job.
gonna kill you.
You know, the same old, same old. You
I'm
guys
gonna
have
smack
anything to
you, bro.
say? I don't know.
Not really.
Not really.
As I said, as a group, we're looking of ways to make our lives a little bit more fun, a little bit more full. I watched Spider-Man 2 in theaters this week. That was fun, like 2 days ago.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
It was a good time. I love Spider-Man. Shout out Far From Home, best Spider-Man movie ever.
I'm trying to recall what I did. I think I mean, I did rewatch the first Star Wars movie. That was pretty good. I watched this movie called Baby Assassins. That was awesome. I think more people should check it out.
I was gonna say something, but I realized we should probably not be putting people on blast during recording. So, is that all? Do you guys want to move onto the next segment of
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry, I was just experimenting. We will be definitely doing all the segments after our superhero time talk. So, let's start with Gav. What do we think of Gav, guys? How was Gav? 3 episodes.
I feel like there's a lot to talk about with Gav, because of like the fact. I mean, both Gav and Gozier because of 3 episodes we watched versus regular 1v1.
Yeah, I have a feeling though that this is gonna be probably like our shortest VHD episode for some reason. Yeah. So, what do you
Curious.
guys have? What do you guys have to say?
I have a lot to say. I mean, I was writing down notes, but I think the
Give
main.
us your notes. Actually, give us some notes. Give us some notes, bruh. Damn nerd.
Well, the main thing that I wrote about with Gav is mainly just small things
Give us your notes, fucking nerd. Bowie, show this guy in the locker. Show this guy in the locker right now.
This messed up. I think something that I want to talk about first before we go and talk about the elephant in the room, aka Overbake, is
you might mean the lion in the room.
Bruh. That is true, but we'll get to that. But Hanto and Lucky are working together, them working together and being in sync and having being on one page now when it comes to fighting and when it comes to doing what they need to do when it comes to hunting grenades and stuff. I really appreciate that. And also the fact that Lakia is getting more adjusted to the world, aka him learning katakana in order to understand articles and stuff.
Yeah. Holy
and
fuck,
then
is that
also
Daigo? Dude.
Daigo.
I like how you're the one who's like, all right, we gotta let bits not run on too long.
Bro, Daigo is a new bit to be introduced into this channel. I don't know.
I mean, to be fair, I don't even know what the Daigo bit is about.
We're really I saw a really funny message. Okay, sorry. I was gonna say, we just fuck with Daigo heavy, man. You don't fuck with Daigo?
Yeah.
Who is Daigo?
Mijo. Well, we'll talk about this later. Mijo, continue before you lose your train of thought.
Okay. All right. And then in general, him adjusting to human society, and then him basically like paralleling like Shoma's experience with like the Hanto stuff and like Sachika, as in like he doesn't want like Sachika to know about like his past and like the fact that he was doing those disappearances.
Yeah,
Because like
that scene was.
he went from like being indifferent to humans mostly to like actually like giving a fuck about what they think about him, you know? And I think it's really sweet to see that type of development from him.
Yeah, like I don't know. I feel like I have like less and less to say about flinging Gav as the show goes on because it's just very like things show going in like a good state. I don't know. God damn. Sorry. Things sure are going in a good state of things and like yeah, everything is like going safely. It's just also a
Yeah.
lot of things I can say about it as just kind of like uh yeah, Sachika is still doing kind of nothing. That's tragic.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say.
Is very tragic.
God damn.
That's
Sorry.
what I was damning.
Oh yeah. What else? What else? I feel like a lot of these episodes, like the last 3 episodes, have also been like doing like reestablishing and like callbacks to like the beginning episodes and
Oh
like
yeah, those parts are really sweet.
and like reiterating that, which I think is really nice considering we're getting like the final forms and it's just like a little bit of a nice full circle moment. Like
Yeah,
go to see where he was from like the beginning to see where he is right now. It's really nice.
it's been very very nice. Like I did say I don't have too much to say, but like I need to stop looking at my fucking timeline, dude. I was gonna say, yeah, like I don't have too much to say, but like in the regards to what I can say, it's just I think the way Gao has been really like consistent with the storytelling, and more so like the character development has been really good because we've had this basically thing with more so like Luckyo after his introduction was basically taking like basically like a sidestep to like with like towards the development of Shoma and Hanto. And after that, a lot of things were going in like a pretty like direction towards like Jeep and Giselle. Yeah, those two. And now we're getting to see more so like those tidbits about like what has changed about Lakia through that journey, especially with like what happened between him and Hanto and like the two-parter before this. And yeah, I think that's like really fucking good. Like I think I said this before. It's like Gav is like a show that is like Gav is like a really nice show, and it's really consistent and like it's consistent to a fault for sure too because of like Sachika's never really gotten anything better than what happened in the first few episodes, but yeah, it's very
Yeah.
like yeah, it's very nice. I enjoy. Oh, I'm also really enjoying like the family beef the stomach family is having in the past
Oh
few
yeah.
episodes.
I do like the stuff that they've been doing with like the Stomach family, especially with like how Longo's on the field now. That
Yeah,
shit was crazy.
he had insane. What the fuck? He had insane moments for sure.
Like
Joe
like the
Biden has prostate cancer.
bro,
Sorry, I saw it on my timeline.
that's crazy.
Damn.
But yeah, like
What are you guys' thoughts on that? Joe Biden prostate cancer. What are we thinking?
We really need to put you on some meds, don't we?
Dude, listen. You
yeah,
guys probably need to
retweet.
take Twitter away from me. I really enjoy scrolling. Um. So.
But yeah, um, the
No,
fact that
no.
he just fucking like kid like got on a plane, hijacked it, and then crashed it. Like that was crazy. I
That
also like
was
the
actually
scenes.
insane.
I also like the scenes there. Like the fact that they're
Yeah.
able to even get like a plane like shots and like inside like the cabin area was really nice. And then like revealing his full suit, that was really nice.
Oh yeah, I was always excited to see. I'm really excited to see actually like Nyla's full form. I think that's gonna be good.
Oh yeah, I think it's gonna be very good. I feel like
Yeah.
they really did a good job with all of the Stomach family members so far that we've seen.
Yeah. Boy, what do you think?
I find, I mean, I'm a very strong Gav enjoyer. Like, I love this show a lot. I don't have many critiques. Most of my critiques were last episode. I would have watched last episode so bad. Ooh. But basically, I really enjoy it. I think it's on a good streak. Like, I've seen some people be like, "Oh, Gav's third arc really is not it." And it's just like, this is where the show's kind of falling for me. And to that, I have to be a dickwad and just say, if this is where the show's falling off, for you probably didn't like the show in the first place, or you had issues with it that were underlying for a long time. And I'm not saying you have a bad opinion. I'm just implying it.
Very true. I do think
I mean, yeah, I will have to agree on like, oh, it's probably like an underlying issue because I feel like when it comes to that, I feel like some of the issues that like people had with Gav, like, with no matter how minor or small, did not like resolve for them personally, and then like, oh, they've been thinking that like, oh, it hasn't been like too good since that.
Oh yeah.
In particular, I feel like that has to be like the case with like, oh, how people feel about Bake sometimes, you know,
I do think a
and
lot
like
of
the bitter Gav stuff.
one thing I'd enjoy knowing is just also like people's train of thought when it comes to starting dislike Gav, because like yeah, everyone's validating the opinions, yada yada, etc. I don't have beef with people disliking Gav, whatever. But it's just also like I do think that show has been like insanely consistent in what it's been doing. So why do you like start disliking it now? Rather, it's like what I would want to know, you know? Like, yeah, because like I don't understand. I never understood like or like saw or noticed any like more so like change in quality or anything like that. So I just want to know honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do we have anything else to say about Gab? Is that
the only thing I have,
Oh.
Yeah.
For me is Overgav. Really amazing debut. I
True. We
expected.
didn't even talk
Really
about
amazing.
Yeah. What the fuck? Yeah.
Yeah, we got to talk about the elephant in the room.
Yeah.
Overgav.
The lion-shaped elephant soon. Overgab. I think honestly, I do enjoy like this more so. I do enjoy that. Yeah, it is a final form. It is insanely powerful, but more so like this narrative that they give into over Master Gab. It's just like the old form is a lot more like just kind of like a really like messy form of strength. It's just kind of like not really concentrated or anything. And
Yeah, I like that.
the previews we've seen, it's just more so like Master Gab is just more so supposed to be like what's like what it says in the name. It's just Shoma being a lot more calm and decided and like having control over this power, or then with like mass like over in itself being something just like where he's just kind of like punching shit and everything. It's gonna be very good. I think it's gonna be one of those situations where the debut of Master is definitely gonna enhance the debut of Over in itself too, because
Yeah.
obviously they're supposed to be also like contrast forms. And
Yeah.
I'm really happy we got back like two-step final forms back. I think that's fucking huge. Like that's beautiful.
Yeah, I think
Haven't had
that's
that
huge.
since
That's beautiful. That's amazing.
when did we have that? I'm trying to think. Was it Agito? Like
Well, if we're talking in general, it'd be Geese with Shipu Revive.
Revive. True.
But I guess last like main one would technically be Kabuto if you want to count Hyperclock up.
Hyperclock, but isn't Hyperclock up like tweaking? I'm thinking it's just well, with the same way it was, I'm guessing you could say it's like shining and burn. No, shining in, or was it? Was it Burning? Oh yeah, Burning and Shining.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Burning.
Burning and Shining. I guess you could say it's very up in the air.
Yeah. I think it's crazy how like Dente like pulled out like a bunch of his teeth in order to make that, and
That
also
shit
like
was
so he's atoning
crazy.
for the
Yeah.
fact that like he was involved with stomaching stuff, and like he truly does love Shoma as like his grandkid, you know.
Yeah. It's
Like I
very
really love
sweet.
that.
Yeah. What else? Oh yeah, I think I mentioned it like in a passing, but like Lucky's actor has such good fucking acting skills, bro. Shout out to that guy for being able to just kind of like play out that scene. Kohei Shoji. Shout out to that guy. I love that guy so
Oh
much.
God, Rose the goat.
Yeah, he's like he really played really well through that scene. When it's just like his content and like regretful taking lives, like really nicely shown. I was happy. I was really happy for that scene. Like that's goat.
Oh yeah, I was really happy for that scene too, because I feel
Yeah,
like it is something that needed to be addressed with like
yeah.
him.
Loki, I kind of forgot, but like I forgive him anyways. You go, man. You go. Um, yeah. Other than that,
Also I do like how like um they connected like the fact that like he wasn't like Shoma wasn't able to like make a bunch of gochizos because like he kind of
oh
forgot
yeah,
like the joy of eating and like how it brings him happiness and like allows him to have the ability to fight in like the first place and gives him the strength to.
yeah.
Like I like
Uh,
how they called back to that, like, oh, he like especially since like oh everything has been like hectic for like a bit with like all the Brita Gav and like oh Hunto the Hunto reveal and then like everything else, you know.
yeah,
Um like oh he kind of just forgot about it just because of all like oh the stress and like him having to be like, oh, I have to like, make these things now. I need to like, oh, be focused. I need to be on my game. And like, oh, sometimes, it's fine to like, oh, take a second to relax and breathe. That's really
yeah.
nice.
It's a lot more about him, like, also capturing his own essence to go back to creating Gochizo, which is
Yeah.
very sweet, which is very nice and sweet. Yeah.
The only other thing that I can think of to talk about is the fact that that like Gev was kind of awesome for including like, oh, a band, like a real life band, and then making it like oh an episode theme.
Oh yeah. Oh man, that fucking Uma. Shout out to Uma, bro.
Yeah,
Hey,
shout
shout
out to
out Uma
Umu.
Musume, baby. We watched one episode of Uma Musume Pretty Derby. We'll be talking about it soon. Okay.
You thought there was
Ow.
a lion-shaped elephant in the room. It's actually a horse.
It was actually okay.
Speaking of
So,
horses, goes usually.
well, okay.
Um,
Now,
sorry, I
are
went
we
too
done with
fast.
Gav? Are we done with
Are we
Gav?
done with Gav?
Yeah.
Okay, pretty good. God, fucking damn. As I said, this is probably like the smallest bit we talked about Gavin. My predictions are always correct, mind you. Okay, do we want to do Gav or do we want to do Uma Musume? I think a little intermission would be
Gav.
funny. What goes Yujo, Uma Musume, whatever the fuck.
I'll be completely honest with you. I would have nothing to say.
Not even about the horse girls.
Not really.
This is
I
messed
think
up.
Bowie wants to kill themselves.
I was gonna say, so, Uma Musume. I mean, Holy is like one of the few people watching. Okay, we gotta pander to the audience. We gotta pander to the audience.
Oh, speaking of pandering, we got to do a Sentai ranking. Shit.
Oh, true. Fuck. Okay, we can do it after the Gozuja talk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Keep watching, guys. If you reach to this point, please comment down below what your favorite brand of shampoo is. Please comment down below that you love vintage hero time. Please comment down below how much you love us. And now, I like my gay horses. Let's continue on to Gozuja.
I also love my gay horses.
Fuck, I forgot to say originally. I was originally making this bit to say please share and support. Our latest video got like really some ass views. I want some. Oh my god, it's a great sugar. Got some really horrible reviews. I'd appreciate it if you guys kind of shared. Like we kind of need the money. Bowie's going through grad school, and I'm like having to support it myself. Mijo's balls are really expensive, and he keeps eating them every day. Like,
Brother.
we need the money. We need the money. A single mom who works 2 jobs. Okay, so do you guys want to move to Kozice?
Yeah. Gazucher killed my grandma actually this week.
I feel like I should say this stuff first because these two, they're gonna have a lot to say. First of all,
Cool.
Yuto. As someone who hasn't watched Gal Ranger, the 2-episode arc, really great, really well written. I love seeing what's his bucket. I don't know actors' names off the top of my head, unless your name is Masahiro Noe Kohei Murakami or Toshiki Inoue acted in the Agito finale, so he counts. But it was a really good 2-episode arc. I mean, I enjoyed it a lot. What I'm interested in is the latest episode with Uruyugi and the maid, and then Car Ranger and all that stuff. Because we're finally getting some background information on Ryugi, and I love that guy. He's second favorite Gozuger behind Kindero, because Kindero's me IRL.
True.
It's really fascinating, and Gozuger is on like a really solid streak of implementing ideas and character dynamics a lot. My only issue, and sound the alarm, Bowie's talking about misogyny again. When will this white boy stop? I just wish Sumino got more focus in these last couple episodes.
Yeah.
I do wish she got a bit more focus in the shows. Like, I was like, oh, where is she? During one of it, like, mainly the Gal Red episodes.
I will say, I think it's just more so how like the story structure in itself is working, because like we don't really see like much of anyone else either. Like Ryugi doesn't really do much, or like Kinjiro doesn't really do anything either during those episodes.
Yeah.
And I think it's just more so how like the structure in itself is gonna move forward, and a lot of it's gonna like depend on how much focus Sumino herself is gonna get for sure. Because it's not like a Gav situation, or more like at least not even a fucking Kyoryuja situation. It's just more so like a thing where like a lot of the structure of the show in itself like relies on also like solid, like more so solid storytelling with like obvious focus of like a pick of characters, rather than like trying to put like all of the members in like the same storyline, or more so like like a sub story every single time. Which is like
it does feel like that.
But yeah,
I
think it's just.
I kind of wish that.
Oh
like,
yeah. I'm agreeing with you.
Because
No, I get the sentiment though.
many times,
Yeah.
where it's just like group shots, and then she's like, "Where's Sumino?" and she's off doing
Where's
some
Sumino?
side quest.
Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, that aside, I do think these episodes have been fucking perfect. Like that 2-parter was genuinely fucking insane.
Oh my god.
2-parter is so good. It got Bowie like questioning live if they should start Gal Ranger. And Gal Ranger, let me tell you guys.
Let me tell you
Gal
guys.
Ranger, there ain't
No,
nothing else.
no. I'm not airing people out. I'm not airing people out right now. All I'm saying is, no. I'm just saying in general. Like, I just don't get the hate with like Gal Ranger and like all people not liking it. Like, I love Gal Ranger to death. So like, oh, these episodes with like Universe Gal Red were so good, and like, oh, if you really enjoy Gal Ranger which is like, me and Kai. Like,
it was really anyone who actually like prefers it all that like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're like, oh, so if you're like us too, like, it was like a really nice like tribute to Gal Ranger. Like, not only did it have like like elements of like beasts and like training them, and then like the orc inspiration for like the tag monster, the Roki inspiration for said monster as well, and then like references to Tetomu and like Roki and Shirogane, like it's really good.
Yeah, like Gauso was like my favorite guy in the entire show, and basically like, God, it was like the Universe Gal Red was definitely like a really nice mix of like basically Gal Red and Gal Silver from the show, alongside also like Luna herself being like obviously supposed to be like Tetomu, especially with like how they even bring up like a section in the final episode. It's just like there's like a tidbit about like, reincarnation and everything, and which just makes me think a lot about how like, oh my god, maybe these two are like actually like a reincarnation of the two. That would go crazy.
Yeah, I think that'd be very sweet, and also make me want to jump off a cliff because I love those two.
Yeah, and I think with how spiritual and everything our range in itself is, that could definitely be an implication. I think our
Yeah,
range in itself is also like a really like out there Sentai. I would say it is one of the best, especially with like the themes it's supporting.
yeah.
I really enjoy it for sure. Everyone
And
should
I
check
feel
out Power
like
Ranger. Definitely Power Ranger.
spiritually, like those two Ghost User episodes for Universe Gal Red really did capture like the spiritual aspect of Gal Ranger.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think they're definitely going for like a some. There's actually I was thinking about this. You know how during those like red episodes they did make a point of how certain like ogres only attach themselves to, not the ogres, but like those no ones attach themselves to always those who have like more so like a resemblance to what they stand for, right? So I was thinking maybe if the fucking guys themselves, like the universe rings, the universe red rangers, etc., find themselves to those who are similar to them, because Don Momotaro actually like aligns with the guy. I forgot the name of the annoying one.
Tokunatsu.
Tokonatsu very well. Like the stuff with Zero Red, I think it also makes sense. And Galric being with like Gaia, the guy from this episode, I think is also like a very like
Yeah,
aligning thing.
with him
So I
being
was
Gaia, and then like the the paths that like both
yeah,
him and Runa took, which are basically involved
exactly.
with like animals, like
Yeah,
that
very
being
like
born into Gal Ranger.
very fitting to Guy Ranger. It was pretty good. I
So I feel
definitely
like the
enjoyed.
universe
Yeah,
rings like also like reflect or like are on the opposite side of the coin when it comes to
yeah,
like no one's like they'll
I just
find
think so.
people that like are similar to like the original Red Rangers, and then like same case with like no one's, they'll find somebody that's like similar to them in their desires, which I
Yeah,
think is really nice.
it is beautiful. Like, oh man, I did enjoy a lot of the singing they had this episode too. It's beautiful. It was beautiful. Oh man.
Yeah, no, yeah. I love like the musical aspects, and I think like having Rikuo being like the main ranger focus for that episode, for those episodes too, was really nice, because like
Yeah,
his thing is like being about an idol, and like sharing like like his music with like people in order to have
yeah.
them resonate with it, you know.
Man, we're so rusty this
And
week.
in it of itself, like being like part of that, like the
Yeah.
focus was like Gal Red trying to bring like Luna back.
Oh
Like I
yeah,
think that was
dude,
really
the bringing
nice.
the entire Rona back storyline was really nice. I literally love that. Like, oh man. Yeah. What else? Aesthetically. Oh, I enjoyed it when like what was it? Hoeru gave Byakuya his weapon. That was a cool like double formation type moment. That was sick.
Yeah, that was really cool. I hope like they do it with like the others too,
Yeah.
and not just like Horu and
I'm
like
really
the Wolf
excited.
the Cobbler.
Bowie, hey man, you typing? What's up?
You'll see.
Also, Last
You'll say, oh,
Gal Ranger mention.
yo,
I love like how they brought Gal King back. My
oh yeah,
beautiful, my beautiful king.
dude, yeah. The way they brought Gao King back was also fucking awesome. Also, like, they did show him using like more than just one weapon of the Sentai Ranger, which I think it was awesome. Like seeing the what was it? Phoenix one, the Phoenix shoot thing, whatever the fuck, I forgot the name of. Um,
Pretty sure it's
seeing
like
him bring
Phoenix
that up,
Striker.
Phoenix Striker, something like that. Seeing him bring that out was like fucking crazy. Also, I will apologize to the audience. We are rusty as fuck. I don't know why. Definitely a lot worse than last few times. It's fucking
Yeah.
me up. Okay. Okay. No, we're not talking about Akiba Ranger, Geek Ranger. Oh, but into this.
Oh yeah, Falcon Summoner.
Oh, fucking seminar. Yeah. Yeah, beautiful weapon. Okay, do we have anything else to say? I don't know. So, oh wait, Ryugi stuff. Ryugi stuff.
Yeah, Hyugi stuff.
But we lock in.
Sorry,
I
we
talked
kind of
about it
just
already.
Didn't? No, we
glazed the
didn't.
fuck out of
Yeah, I did.
Calvin.
Did you?
Yeah, but we talked about it before we started glazing Gal Red like there's no tomorrow.
Yeah, no, but bro, didn't you talked about the guy red paw, bro? I'm talking about Ryugi.
No, I talked about Ryugi as well. And now
What?
Car Ranger.
Yeah.
And how it's cool and how he's my second favorite Gozuger after Kinjiro. And I'm like,
Dude,
Kinjiro's
yo.
IRL, and you were like, truth.
Oh, okay.
I
My
got
brain's a
lost
little
in the
bit
sauce,
gone.
bro.
And goddamn, I'm bad at this. Insane host to have. Yeah,
Now that I've
so
done glazing Gal Red, I want to talk about Car Ranger, Universe Car Ranger. I enjoy her. She's really great. Like, I love how like for this time around we're getting like a Universe Red, like that's directly connected to like one of the Gozujers, aka Ryugi, and like I'm glad that we're getting focus for him because like I want to know more about him.
yeah.
And I think their dynamic is pretty nice. It seems like that they do have like something more going on with like
Oh yeah, in the
probably like a
previews.
promise.
Yeah, in the previews we did see like they were friends when they were both kids. So I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
To know more.
I assume that they had some sort of promise and like that like they were holding on to, and like that charm has to be like an aspect of that. So I'm very interested in seeing what they're gonna do with that and like what their exact deal is with each other.
Yeah.
And then I always enjoy like the Car Ranger aspect of like the zooming around and like the wheel stops with like their feet and like the
Oh
sound
yeah.
effects. Like I
Some
always
good
enjoy
sound
that
effect.
no matter
Yeah.
which
Oh.
like anniversary thing it is.
It is pretty fucking awesome to see always. Yeah, the Ryugi episodes. I don't think I talked about the Ryugi episodes. Sorry for being so locked out this fucking day. Goddamn, bro. I'm fucked up. I was gonna say, I think the Ryugi episodes are really fun. I'm finally getting like, there was like talks about like a lot of people say like, oh man, I wonder why Ryugi didn't get like a focus episode yet. And I do think, and I do enjoy that it was like obviously intentional with how they wanted to do it, because like he's always like he is someone who doesn't want to talk about his like past, almost, or like what the fuck he
Yeah.
was up to, etc. And so like, yeah, this happened finally after like what, 13 episodes. Yeah, this is the
Yeah.
12 episodes, I guess. Yeah, happening after like 12 episodes. It's nice. It's beautiful. I'm really enjoying the structure of Gozuja. I think it is kind of fucking awesome that we're getting like two parters back to back to back to back. Like, very unusual for Sentai in ways. So
Yeah. Also, like a lot this early is really nice. I enjoy it. I love
yeah,
Sentai two-parters. They're
I'm glad they're
amazing.
letting in the Noahs do whatever the fuck they want. It's beautiful to see always.
I'm excited to see, because Gal Red is very much a Gal Ranger hype moments propaganda,
Yeah.
and this is very much made to amplify just Ryugi's character. So the last like confirmed Universe Warrior we know is gonna get focus is Shinken Red, So I'm curious if that's going to be like a case where it's just like, this is a Shinkenji love letter, blah blah blah, or if it's going to be a case of we are lifting up another character. I'm not saying
Yeah.
It would be
either
very
or
interesting
are good or
either
bad,
way.
but
I don't think we need any more Shinkenji glazing, in my personal opinion. Had enough of that show. Had enough of that show. We will be going
haven't.
into the
Yeah.
we will be going into the ranking soon. Okay, so
Well, okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
personally, I can't say the same.
Yeah, I don't.
Sorry, man.
Move on.
Sorry, man. Sorry,
Also,
man. That's my baby. That's my first Sentai show. So
should have been a better Sentai. I don't.
I kind of forgot to mention this, and I should have, but typically I'm on the pulse of this stuff. We've seen Ram's final form, like
Oh right.
yesterday.
Yeah.
Ram supposedly putting a la mode or parfait, whatever the fuck it is.
Something about puddings. No, that's not a
Yeah.
pudding.
that's not a pudding.
Yo, I'm fucking stupid this episode. So, yeah, I'm excited for that form. What do you guys think?
I think it looks great. I'm glad
Yeah.
the only part of it that's gonna be retooled from another form is the shield.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Him getting
I
a shield
enjoy
is, I
it.
think, really beautiful.
Yeah.
I
was
do
gonna say,
need to see it in action, of course, with like every suit to like have like a full opinion on it. But like I do think the design is nice, and I love like how
it is
the
really beautiful.
the Gochizo will look like.
Yeah, I really enjoyed like the metallic thing they're giving it for sure too. Like I fuck with that heavy. I also enjoy that like in silhouette it looks similar to like Overmaster Gav, like the ears and everything. It's pretty sweet. Yeah.
I'm very happy with
I guess you could
because
say it's pretty a la mode.
I'm gonna ignore that.
Hello.
So it should be around 40 where it debuts. Totally not reading this from leaks. Thank you, Toei. Sponsor us, please. I want free toys. But this makes me very excited because the way Gavs or Reiwa shows in general have had it, it feels very like last minute, like, oh fuck, we gotta debut forms for every single character who matters at the last
Yeah.
episode. So the idea that Ram at episode 40 and supposing that Gav goes to episode 50, fingers crossed,
Yeah.
we can get a wizard situation and it goes past episode 50. I would really like that.
It would
Zetsu,
be
please
pretty
be like
sick.
really technically difficult. So we need more time in the oven. But it makes me
yeah.
excited.
I do want I would want Gav to go on forever. I wouldn't mind, but I do enjoy how they're setting up a lot of like
Yeah.
the other stuff too for sure. Like I was gonna say, so we're at like episode 36 of Gav now. At the time of like recording this, like we have like 36 and onwards. We have around what hopefully 15 episodes. Please, I just need like 4 of those, 2 of those, 3 of those, anything. I'll take anything to be Sachika, and this show will be like just perfect in my head. Well,
Oh
perfect
God, like please, please, on God, please give
So
me anything Sachika related.
That's genuinely it when it comes to this show, and I think we're all in like agreement that like that's like the only thing that the show is missing. Otherwise, it has been perfect. Like, oh man, this is basically like me just putting my bets on, so I can either laugh at myself or be happy with myself. So we will be seeing how this entire thing goes. And so, do we have anything else to talk about? Or
I'm trying to think. I mean,
there's a Sentai ranking thing, but yeah, other than that,
yeah, we'll get to that in a second. The thing with this is, I think with VHT, I try and stay on the pulse of things, but the discourse around Gav has become so negative for some reason, and not for the right reasons, that I'm like, I'm like, I kind of don't care what the common discourse is lately. It's just like, you
What
don't like
even is
Overgab?
going? Yeah, God, okay, that fucking power scaling bullshit that happened too. That was so lame. I do know a lot of people took the piss with it, which is good for them,
Yeah.
of course. But like, just, yeah, it was just dumb. A lot of things that happened. Well, do keep in mind a lot of like, for the viewers who might not be on our Twitter thing, follow us at Hercules on my main.
Not affiliated with the
Not
YouTuber and
affiliated
streamer
with the
Hercules.
fucking sex pest. Yeah, I'm a
Yeah.
cool one. The hashtag better Hercules.
Clip this and send this to him.
Bro.
I'm about to get sued. Oh no. That would be really funny. Yeah, so like, a lot of like feedback.
Kai,
What's up?
you forget the threats he's made. he will slit your throat. So, all right. Lock back in. Sorry, y'all. We'll take the piss later.
Yeah, so like, a lot of the shit we see is from like Toko Twitter. Twitter is a great app, as we know. Elon, DM me back. And so Twitter is a great app, and a lot of the discourse on there is definitely insanely productive. And so we see a lot of bullshit there. And I will say, oh man, I really don't give a fuck, as Bowie have said. It's just been nothing after nothing. I do think there's a lot to say about like most like quote unquote toxic positivity towards Gav and etc. But I do think every show goes through that phase to an extent. I don't think any show has ever had like a hemisphere to it where like people weren't like positively toxic about it. This happened with Geats. This happened with I don't think it happened with Revice 4 Things. I might be misremembering. I wasn't really in Tokyo Twitter during Revice time. But,
I
like, this
mean,
happened with
I
Geats.
think near
It did
like
happen with
third quarter of Revise,
yeah. It did
probably.
happen with like a
It always
chat
happens
piece,
during the third quarter, like
yeah.
third quarter especially.
Yeah, so like I just really don't give a fuck. What else? There was this like whole killing the drug dealers thing. I think you're kind of dumb if you want. If sorry, I think a lot of Comrade fans can be very questionable. Is what I was saying. Yeah. So other than that, I don't think we have anything else to say. Do you guys have anything else to say?
I don't have anything else to say.
I really love Gav. I'm
Yeah.
saying this like the show's ending next week. We have like
15 weeks.
yeah,
Oh,
we
Lord.
have a good amount of VHT episodes to record till then. But
Yeah. Oh man.
Gab has certainly made its place in Conraider history. I'm not good with my words this week if that's not apparent. And
Oh yeah, no, we all kind of rusty as shit. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's okay.
I think
I feel like I've been kind of goated. I don't know about y'all
yeah,
guys.
you have been goated. Sorry, bud.
last week was my episode, or not last week, last episode.
Yeah. Oh
But
man.
it's just the type of thing where a lot of these shows, Gav, I'm like, I don't want this to end, but also it feels like for the first time in a long time that I'm not wanting more. Like I want stuff from Sachika and I want more stuff, but it's like once the show ends and like once the post content has run its course, I'm okay with the show ending instead of like I need like these loose ends. It feels very all tight and every character is
Oh
serving
yeah.
a purpose
Oh yeah, I
rather
agree.
than so many like missed opportunities or just lack of development. And I'm saying this because me and Kai were watching Gachard, and my biggest problem with that show is that I want more from these characters, but the show doesn't give it to us. And we'll talk. I'm sure me and Kai will talk about it more once we get to the end of it. And I don't want to talk about Gachard this week because I'm out of it enough. I'm very much happy that Gav is a tight knit show, and I'm very excited for Zets. And I tweeted this on my private, but I want Zets to leak so bad already because if you know me, I am very much a design guy. I love designs. I love making designs. I love overindulging in designs, and I am a freak for leaks. That's a bar.
Freak for leaks. That I was gonna say like, ooh, fun.
And I just want to see
The
that
writing is
goddamn,
just fire.
that goddamn design already, and all the fake leaks of like AI or fan made stuff. I hope. Well, the fan made suits are cool. I hope they stay.
Yeah.
But the AI ones, kill yourself. I mean, yeah, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, nah, I don't think this video is getting anywhere anyways. Well, in the most like grand scale of things, it's not. I hope it will be reaching 50 views. 50 views is like our threshold. I was gonna say, yeah.
That's
The Gab
5-0, by the way.
5-0. What do you mean,
Oh, VHD fans aren't smart. I'm just telling you what it is.
dude? Oh, we started 15 minutes ago. Goddamn. Okay, I guess we did have a lot to say. That's good. I was gonna say, as Bowie said, I think one thing about Gav has been that it has been very fairly solid in its structure. Not even fairly solid. I do think it is a golden standard for camaraderie in Raywa when it comes to what you can definitely do with it. Just because most of like the form usage, the character writing, the pacing, the set pieces, the color grading, and also like the overall structure. Again, this has like been very basically like the peak of Reiwa in so many ways. And I really want this to like I really want this to be held up. I do think like there's so much to be taken from Gav, and I think they should be taken, but I also need Toei to kind of blow up and go bankrupt one day. So camaraderie becomes like, public domain. That would be good. Other than that, yeah. Gozish is also good. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the
Oh,
Sentai
yeah.
ranking. What's up?
Oh my god. What's the new Ultraman called again?
Omega.
Omega. Yep, that's what it's called. We got Omega back shots. I felt like that was important to mention.
That is true.
We
Right,
also
Sentai
got
ranking.
the henshin, like how it's gonna look and what it sounds like.
It looks really good. I don't remember a lot of the stuff they do in like New Gen, so I'm just kind of like, okay, that's cool. But in this one, by New Gen, I do mean most of like the post Tiger stuff, because I do enjoy when like the transformation is just kind of done in like a very simple way, where it's just mostly like, let's say you like uncork the fucking evolve trust it, or like just like spit a fucking ball or whatever. I enjoy those a lot. So like also like when it comes to Ultraman, I don't like really care for a lot of like the flashy and exaggerated movement. But in this one, I do enjoy it to an extent because of like how the gimmick item in itself works. I think the way they're making that gimmick item work is really fun to like even look at. So yeah. Guys?
Sentai ranking. And we're doing this.
Damn you guys.
We're doing this. And I want to
doing
say
it.
this because people will probably hear Sentai ranking and they're like, why are they doing this now? I forget what it's for, but there's a poll done in the beginning.
There's an anniversary poll held.
Anniversary poll.
Where they ranked all the ranges and all the Sentai series and all the robots. And so
I jokingly said that we're gonna rank it, and then a good friend of ours, Pop, was like, if you guys put Go Buster in top 5, I will draw furry Gundam stuff. And I am easily swayed. And my mic just fell. I'm easily swayed.
Bro, got swayed a bit too much, maybe.
And I want to see that stuff. So, Sentai ranking from people who've barely seen any Sentai shows.
Well,
I'm just talking for me here, but
yeah. Wait, how many Sentai have you seen, Mijo? Actually,
I'd have to check.
Well,
I think it's more than 6.
now, as yours truly, I have seen a lot of Sentai. I was there when it was made, and whew, let me tell you.
2, 3.
But zero pussy.
5, 6.
Sorry.
7, 8, 9.
Mijo's
See,
counting all the
10.
all the
Your
famous.
Eleven.
Your punishment
Well-
is the silence. Fuck you.
Actually, it's more than that. It's double that. I've seen like 12. That's crazy.
Let me see how much I've seen. I watched Bioman.
And that includes like stuff that I'm still watching, or like stuff that I watched a little bit of.
Nah, bruh, never mind.
I've seen.
But even if we remove that, that's still like
Well,
10.
we've seen Gekki Ranger.
Gekki Ranger.
Do you guys think
Can I-
Godzilla should say Henshin? What do we think?
Can I list off
I
all the
do
ones I've
think
started?
Godzilla should say Henshin.
Thank you.
Can I list off all the ones I've started?
Oof, I don't know if you have enough time for that.
Turbo Ranger, Jetman, Zoo Ranger, Die Ranger, Kaku Ranger, O Ranger, Car Ranger, Mega Ranger, Gingaman, Go-Go 5, Time Ranger, Gao Ranger, Abe Ranger, Deca Ranger, Maji Ranger, Bokenger, I've seen Gekki Ranger, Go Ranger, Shinkenger, Go Sager, Go Busters, Tokyuger Ninja, Zuo Q Ranger, Kira Major, Don Brothers, King Oger, Boom Boomger, and Gozuja's running.
Now,
Yeah.
why did you say almost all of them? He's saying Sentai. Almost all of them.
Horrible at this, dude. They're horrible at this. Okay, okay. You know what? Let's give our personal rankings first. Let's give our personal top 5. What is our personal top 5?
I'm
What
gonna
would you say
go.
your favorite, bro?
Well, from the ones I've seen, and this is in no
Bokenja on
particular
top.
order.
Bokenja on top. Bokenja on top.
No particular order. Kaku Ranger, Dai Ranger, Time Ranger. I really hope you get a better camera. I'll go back in time and give you a film camera.
Go back and what?
Maji Ranger and Gekki
No
Ranger.
Bokenja? No Bokenja? Okay.
Bokender's a weird case because I've seen more of the ending than I have the beginning of the show.
That is very true, actually. Never mind. Yes, so. What is your opinion, Mijo? Give us your top 5.
Hold on. My top 5 is kind of crazy because I feel like 2 Sentai like take up the number 1 spot for me. Because like I literally can't like
Lupin Ranger
one
and
above
Pat
the other.
Ranger.
Let's go. Bro, okay, wait. Sorry, Mijo, before you get to that. The fact that Lupat got like top 10 and top 5 is like insane industry plan. Like, we're seeing what they're doing here, right? They're trying to put the police in our heads. I don't support
You talking
that. I don't
industry
fuck with
plants?
that.
We should talk about number 1 industry plant.
Shinkenger, baby. Shinkenger.
Boom Boomger. Boom
All right.
Boomger.
Fuck. Confuse the enemy. For disclaimer purposes, I don't think Shinkenger is a industry plant season. Boom Boomja is though. Fuck Boom Boomja. So,
If you disagree, I hope you get run over by those tires that you love.
Hey, relax.
No, spill your shit, go. I was gonna say, what else? Shinkenger taking that spot is crazy though. Also, bro, no Mega Ranger there. No Mega Ranger. All by your man. All Bokenja was fucking insane. Like, what do you mean, bro? What do you mean? What the fuck?
Zero Akiba Ranger.
Akiba Ranger wasn't that either, you're right.
Zero Dino Force Brave. Zero High School Heroes. No Mighty Morphin. No Cosmic Fury.
Yes. So, Miho, are you gonna give us a top 5?
Oh yeah, I was, but then all that.
Yeah, bro. Wait, I'm done running my bit. Come on.
Yeah.
Okay. So But yeah, as I said, like, oh, these two Sentai have like taken the number one spot, so like, oh, they share the spot together. So like, technically, mine is like 6, but technically, I fused together, 1 for number
Lupin
1.
Ranger and Bot Ranger. Yeah.
Nuh-uh. Okay, so basically, Shinkenger and Geki Ranger take like a number 1 spot. Tokyuger is after that, and I'd say like, oh, Machi Ranger, Dom Brothers, and Gao Ranger, basically. Time Ranger, I feel like will like replace one of these guys, but like I need to get through a bit more because I really enjoyed those first 10 episodes that I watched. Like those were really good, and I think I'll overall like really like it.
Yeah. As a person who's talking about the Sentai they have finished, I was gonna say,
Mijo.
yeah, I don't know.
Hey, not too much on me. I'm almost done with Kyoryuger. I have 10 episodes left.
Oh, I was gonna say
You could use
my
that to against me. I've only finished one
man.
Sentai. Why
That's
didn't?
the
Huh?
okay.
I mean, that is true.
Moving on. You two are horrible.
Listen, man, I'm just mentioning the fact that like, oh, I'm gonna finish another Sentai under my belt.
Yeah,
I painted a target on me and I gave you a gun and you fired at yourself.
Actually horrible. Okay, so
You just did not see the underlying lines. Did not see the subtext.
Do you guys think the Titans in Attack on Titan should say Henshin? Like, what are the conceal on that?
Sure, why the hell not?
The fuck are you saying anymore?
I don't know. Okay, we have a huge discussion to have after the Sentai ranking. For me, my top 5
Wait, hold on.
What's
Changing
up?
my top 5.
Yeah.
Kaku Ranger, Time Ranger, Machu Ranger, Geki Ranger, Go Busters.
I was gonna add Go Busters, bro. You chill.
Oh yeah.
Never mind. My
Go
ranking stays the
Busters.
same.
I mean, you guys suck. Anyways, my top 5 is like Mega Ranger. Mega Ranger is a great show. I think everyone should definitely check it out. Just such a fascinating tale of friendship and youth. Ah, beautiful. My second favorite, Kenji, bro. The red is aura farming like mad. Like he pulls up there, he shows up with his rod, and he pumps it down the enemy's mouth. Like, let's go right there. You know what I mean? Number 3, Ghostbusters is such a fascinating tale about family and the importance of life and the organic beauty of it all. And the sacrifices you make to raise the ones you love. Just such a fascinating story that can never be told again.
Editor Bowie, we share the same thoughts, so I want you to put up the image I'm thinking of right now. Thank you, Editor Bowie.
Okay. What else? I don't know. I don't really fuck with Sentai too much. That's my top 3. I like Hurricane Alba Ranger.
No
Geki
Geki Ranger, no nothing.
You don't put Kenji. I don't give a fuck.
Editor Bowie, put how much money you think this episode of VHT is gonna make.
$7?
Yeah. So okay.
$1.
Thank you, Editor Bowie.
I think we have
$1
a Sentai ranking. Okay, much to talk about. You guys think Godzilla should say Henshin?
Now, yeah. I mean, I said yeah.
Yeah, I need Bowie still saying it. What do you think, Bowie?
Thank you guys so much for this week's episode of VHT. We're a bit rusty, but we're getting back on that saddle.
Yeah.
You know where to find us.
Backshot soon.
You know where to find us if you wanna. Yeah. I don't know, man.
Okay, yeah. Let me end it because this is my channel and everything. You two are just my minions, all that stuff.
We need to put you on like Adderall or something, or Lexapro, or just anything.
I don't know why I'm like this. Okay, so if anyone actually stood till this point on, thank you for standing with us. Brad
Dropped
is
on
staying with us.
its head on as a baby.
Okay. Damn.
Now, where did that come from, bro? That's crazy.
What the fuck did I do?
Like, what did bro do?
Editor Bowie,
Ouch.
put the image I'm thinking of right now. Editor Bowie, not that one. Silly goose. That one. I'm giving
Bro.
myself too much extra work.
Bowie, they say you touched Greg. That's why he's quiet.
Bro.
This guest episode. Maji Merv is here. The reason Maji Merv is quiet.
Cut. We'll
Cut.
catch you guys next week. Goodbye.
The reason Maji Merv is quiet is because they say